Let's not kid ourselves. 2016, year. Every good musician died, and Black Mirror turned into a documentary. Sports, however, were actually kind of great. LeBron James put the Cavaliers on his back to overcome a 3-1 deficit against a 73-win Warriors team, and in doing so brought the city of Cleveland its first championship in half a century. A few months later, the Cubs ended their 108-year World Series drought by overcoming their own 3-1 deficit to the Indians. And if you like long odds, Leicester's 5,000-1 run to the Premier League title was nothing short of a season-long miracle. And who could forget Villanova's buzzer beater to win the NCAA title over UNC, a title game for the ages. In the Olympics, we got to see Michael Phelps and Usain Bolt cement their legacies as the greatest ever, while Simone Biles and Katie Ledecky were an order of magnitude better than the world-class athletes behind them. Now, granted, the IOC is still a blood-sucking parasite that saddles host cities with unnecessary costs, but no one died from drinking Rio de Janeiro's water, so that was nice. Also, Brazil, if you want us to extradite Ryan Lochte, just ask. We don't want him anymore. In the NFL, the two best players on the best team were rookies, which would be an even cooler story if it didn't make Jerry Jones so happy. Before that, Peyton Manning retired after winning his second Super Bowl despite the worst season of his career. But more importantly, Deflategate finally ended. And just 8 years after the investigation started. In college football, Alabama dominated en route to another championship, and if you're wondering whether I'm talking about the national championship game at the beginning of the year or the 2016 college season, the answer is yeah, sure. Sorry if I'm not enthusiastic, but Alabama's basically the industrial hydraulic press of college football, only less interesting to watch. What else? Serena Williams won her 7th Wimbledon title, Conor McGregor remained the best fighter and the best quote in MMA. The United States won the Ryder Cup for the first time since 2008, and the Stanley Cup champions were none other than, look up who won Stanley Cup. Yeah. Aaron Gordon was robbed in the best dunk contest ever, Rougned Odor earned a suspension with style, and David Ortiz became the rare player who was actually good during his farewell tour. Cooey! But he scored 60 points in his last game. Yeah, totally worth the 81 games he made his entire team worse. Of course, it wouldn't be an accurate recap of 2016 without noting that athletes became increasingly political. Colin Kaepernick sparked a movement by kneeling during the national anthem, while LeBron James stumped for Hillary Clinton and led NBA stars in speaking out against gun violence. Now, maybe you don't agree with their politics, or maybe you don't want the real world bleeding into the thing that distracts you from it. This is a whole other can of worms to open during a year in review. But personally, I think sports are more enriching and enjoyable when they're a bright spot in the world, not something wholly apart from it. Now, if you're feeling beaten down by 2016, let sports pick you up, because this horror show of a year hasn't defeated us, just has a 3-1 lead.